Hey guys, it's Paul once again with VHSCollector.com here to bring you another Blu-ray review, and today we are talking about the double feature of The Devil Hunter and Cannibal Terror from the Severin films. And I've always been a huge fan of the cannibal genre. Of course, Cannibal Holocaust and Cannibal Ferox. But I've seen pretty much all of them except for Cannibal Terror. Cannibal Terror was on DVD before this Blu-ray, but I had never gotten around to seeing it. I didn't hear very good things about it, but when I saw this Blu-ray come out from Severin, I was like, geez, gotta have this. Because these are such obscure, stupid, gritty films that I'm just curious of what they look like on Blu-ray. And so, of course, I got it. Now, this release was like 25 bucks. I don't remember what I paid for it, but it's well worth it because this is what I like about Severin, is that they do get these really gritty, grimy, dirty films, and you know what? They give them features. Even if it's just a few interviews here and there, they do their best to get what they can for it. It doesn't matter what the film is. They will get interviews, they will get features, they will try their best. Code Red, they're iffy on it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. 88 Films, they're also a little iffy. If it's a high-profile film with a lot of fans, they will go the extra mile to get you features, but if it's just another crappy film that they're putting out, they won't go the extra mile. Severin, on the other hand, I've noticed is always going the extra mile. I just pre-ordered The Sinful Dwarf, and that has some cool features on there. So I'm really excited about seeing that. They treat these films as if it were a big Hollywood film with all the features and stuff, and that's what I love about it. So, of course, when they released this, I was really excited because it does have features. I want to know what's going through someone's mind, a director, when they're making something like Cannibal Terror. It's like, what are you thinking? How does this happen? And most of the time, it's just a guy hired to make a crappy film. They really don't put a lot of love into the movie, and that's the case for The Devil Hunter and Cannibal Terror. The only reason these movies exist was to turn a quick buck from the dying cannibal film trend at the time. The Devil Hunter, I don't even remember too much about the movie. Is that the one with that's the one with the guy with the bulging eyes? I mean, it's not a good movie. Cannibal Terror, same thing. It's just not a good movie. But there's one thing both of these films have in common, is that they look so freaking good on Blu-ray. Cannibal Terror is so incredibly sharp for such a terrible, terrible, forgotten B movie. It's just so bad, the movie, and it just looks so amazing. Like, there's a few cannibal scenes in the movie. I think there's like 2 cannibal sequences, and I think both of them recycle the same footage. And the footage is like a bunch of savages tearing up at some guts, and they look like real guts, probably animal guts. But those scenes look so incredibly sharp. It's just incredible. The movie itself, I know it has something to do with some criminals on the run. I really don't remember. The movie was not anything worth remembering, at least the story. I think there's a woman and 2 guys, and they're running around. At one time, they're at like a bar, and they're dancing, and there's some stripper there. I really don't remember much from the movie, but I do remember those cannibal sequences. And one of the scenes is really funny because one of the cannibals, it doesn't even, I think the movie was shot in Spain. I don't remember exactly. Was it Spain or France? I don't remember. But these people don't look like savages. They're honestly just regular people from the neighborhood, just dressed up in grass or whatever these people were wearing in the movie. And one guy is like a balding white dude. It's so incredibly hilarious. But other than that, these films are just really, really bad. But as for the features on here, because I did mention that Severin does, go the extra mile to try to put some features on here. With Cannibal Terror, we get The Way of All Flesh, an interview with Alain Deruelle. I remember that being a sort of brief interview. There's really not much you could say about the movie except that he was paid to make that mess, and it's not like he regards it as high art. How could he? It's such a bad movie. But it's interesting to get some insight from the director. The movie was shot in 1981. So the movie is certainly something in his distant past, but it's great that he will come out and talk about it. It's not like he's ashamed of it or something. It also includes Spirits of the Beehive, an interview with Bertrand Altman, and a spicy deleted scene, which is, the spicy deleted scene is just an extended stripper scene at the bar or wherever they are, at a club or something. It's pretty pointless. And for Devil Hunter, the bonus feature it's just one Sexo Cannibal interview with director Franco. This guy directed so many movies. It's amazing that he can remember anything from each of these movies. It must be like one big blur, or you would imagine that it would be one big blur for him. But he actually remembers some of the details of shooting some of these movies. It's pretty interesting. I believe he has died in the past couple of years, but it's cool that Severin was able to get a bunch of interviews from him for their Blu-ray releases. The menu design is, as you see, it's right here. You could pick which movie you want to see, and then each movie will have its own menu. But one of the features for Cannibal Terror is in the wrong movie menu. It's the interview with Spirits of the Beehive, an interview with Bertrand Altman. That feature is actually on Devil Hunter, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I remember when I first popped this in, I was like, where's that interview? I thought maybe the interview was missing or something. I just couldn't, I was just scratching my head. I didn't understand. Maybe there was a mistake. But no, it's actually on the Devil Hunter movie. Because as you can see here, it splits up the two movies with the features. But one of the features is on the wrong page, at least on the version that I have. Here it is. So it uses that great logo art there. And, I mean, it's not fancy, but it'll do for this double feature. Special features. You can't really see at that angle, but as you can see, it's missing that interview with Bertrand Altman, so a little mistake there, but that's okay. I'm just happy that there are Blu-ray companies out there willing to release these movies and do the extra work on getting features for these really lost, forgotten movies. Now, the Devil Hunter poster art there is really notorious. Sorry for the lighting on here. It's hard to see this cover, but you might recognize that cover art from the Transworld Entertainment cover art from Manhunter. And I believe that's the same movie, just under a different title. Always loved that artwork. A woman bound by chains with that crazy knife on there, about to slaughter her. That's great. So, if you're curious about really obscure, bad films that have sort of been lost, this is something worth picking up. You're not going to be too thrilled by the movies, but at least Cannibal Terror has its two or three interesting moments, and the picture quality is just more than what you would expect for these type of movies. They were well taken care of, these prints, which is something else you wouldn't expect, that someone would take so much care of such terrible movies. But I mean, that's the one thing. It's been a while. Since I watched this. It was maybe months ago, but I just remember that standing out to me particularly. That those gore scenes, those cannibal scenes, are so incredibly vibrant, more vibrant than I've ever seen in any cannibal movie. So that's The Devil Hunter and Cannibal Terror on Blu-ray from Severin Films. That is it for me. This has been Paul with VHScollector.com, and I will see you guys next time.